What's up, guys? Sword Art, yes, 2 weeks behind. This is the best time that I actually had I can make some time to watch episode 5, and I've actually heard from a lot of people that this was probably the most hype episode when this episode came out. I don't know about episode 6, I'm going to watch that right after I do this review, but episode 5 was fucking awesome, alright? The game of Gun Guild Online, it feels like a game, obviously, because it's in tournament form, because, like, Alfheim and Sword Art, they didn't feel like video games to me, but this is actually a very engaging game aspect of one-on-one for the Bullet of Bullets, which is kind of weird to say. I thought it was Ballet of Bullets, or some other type of alliteration would have been better than Bullet of Bullets. But anyways, the Bullet of Bullets tournament is actually really awesome. I love how the whole thing is organized with the bracket that Kirito's in. He has to win 5 games, so I'm hoping to see 4 other tense matches to get into the finals. Sinon and Kirito have their dynamic interaction development after Kirito reveals that he is a male. And one of the things that I feel like Sinon's really pissed off about is the fact that A, he lied to her, and B, this whole time she was excited and she was reluctant. She was happy to help him, and she wasn't reluctant to brush him off because she thought that he was a girl. And the whole time she was like, hey, not a lot of girls play this game, and it'd be great for me to help you out. And then she finds out he's a boy, and then the whole time she's like, I'm not giving you information, don't talk to me like this anymore, we're enemies at this point, I'm going to beat you at the finals, just make sure you make it there. So at this point, she sees him as a rival, she sees him as a threat, as an opponent. So I don't think at this point there's going to be any type of romantic entanglement between them two, which is very good to see, because honestly that's one thing of Sword Art Online and Alfheim that I really didn't like about these female characters just coming in and all of a sudden being wooed over Kirito. And Sinon has that development. She has that characteristic about her where she doesn't need a man to do good by herself. So that's actually pretty awesome. I don't know if any of you guys realize this, but I've actually seen a few other videos regarding it, but there was some type of Star Wars theme. I don't know if it was just in this episode, because Kirito with the lightsaber, or the photon sword, whatever you want to call it, it reminds me of a lightsaber, a purple one at that, Mace Windu Jedi. That's what it reminds me of. But not only that, when Death Gun was introduced at the very end of the episode, which was so shocking that he showed up this quick after Kirito's first match, he reminded me of Darth Vader just because of the way that he was, A, the way he was talking, and B, the way he was breathing. It was like just the way he was talking and all, like, his interaction and just how he presented himself. It just made me feel like it was kind of like a Darth Vader versus Jedi type of moment that was there. So I mean, the episode itself, my excitement went through the roof right off at the bat. Kirito registering for the BOB. And I love how, the gamer side of him was just thinking, because he didn't put in any information about himself, because he's like, oh, damn, if I don't put information, I can't win those top prizes. And, Kirito's a gamer. He's been playing all these VR MMORPGs, so it's like he's the one that likes to go for the loot and the really rare items and the top prizes and stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of funny, and that kind of would remind me of myself, where I'd be in a conundrum where it's like, okay, I'm here to do business, but at the same time, I kind of want to reap the benefits of being a good player. Like I said, he's got to win 5 games, and I love the whole dynamic of random terrains and all that stuff. And his first matchup was against that random shooter guy, so I thought that was pretty cool as well. One thing that I noticed, and if anyone can clarify this up for me, but one thing that I noticed was when Kirito was going up against that rifleman during his first matchup, he was chilling behind that pillar. And when he closed his eyes and he shut everything else out, he was just listening. And I remember, I believe it was Sword Art Online, the first season, not Alfheim, but within the 12 episodes, where Kirito was talking to, I believe it was Silica, and he heard somebody outside of the door that was eavesdropping. He heard someone outside the door that was eavesdropping, and he heard them because he said he has 99 listening skill. Now, in the same regard of this episode, he was listening out. He was listening to the guy who was crawling in the grass so he can stay undetected. But Kirito was able to pinpoint and hone in on him because of his listening skills. I'm wondering if his listening skills are something that transpired and traversed over into this game. I'm just wondering that, because if it is, A, that's kind of OP, because it's like, this dude is, granted, he's new to the game. He's already on point with a lot of these characters based off his maxed out skills from the previous games. So that's something that I noticed. But ultimately, his win, how he won his first match was pretty sick too. He was deflecting all of the and that's what I mean. That's when I feel like the swordsman came out at him and the Jedi deflecting all of those freaking bullets and everything, and then just going in for the insta kill. I guess his saber does damage over time because the sword was through the guy and he was slowly losing damage until he died. But that was that entire interaction of the actual game itself and Kirito's first match was hype. But what even blew that hype more out of the water was the fact that the second Kirito got out, Death Gun appeared. So it's the original objective of Kirito wanting to lure Death Gun out, it ended up working, but in a different tense because Death Gun knows Kirito. He knows Kirito from Sword Art. He knows Kirito from his name and the skill that he uses with a sword. So Kirito is already under the impression of, oh shit, this guy knows me. He knows who I am. Where have I seen him before? I've known him. I've talked to him before. And then you get that panel. You get those scenes where he's just he's just going through the gaps of his memories of all the people he's interacted with in Sword Art and in Aincrad and Alfheim to find out who this potential person is. And on top of that, Death Gun is related. He's in some form of connection. He is a member of the Laughing Coffin Guild. If you guys don't remember who that is, Laughing Coffin Guild is those player killers who who had enjoyment of killing players. They were an orange guild or a red guild. I'm not entirely sure which one. But basically, they just ended up PKing a lot. And they're actually almost responsible for Kirito's death numerous times. They've killed hundreds of players. That one dude almost ended up killing Kirito. Ashino went in to save him, and he ended up Kirito ended up killing off that guy in self-defense. So this guild that's actually known for killing players is in somewhat connection to Death Gun, and Death Gun knows of Kirito. So I feel like this is to them that they're taking their revenge on the fact that Kirito foiled their plans in the first season, because originally in the previous, I think it was an episode or two ago, it showed Death Gun looking over Sinon. So it's okay, I'm going to take out these top tier players. But then Kirito comes in the picture, and now he just has his sights set on Kirito. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know what connection he has other than being a member of the Laughing Coffin, if he's the leader, if he's just someone who's filling in for, who's following the rules of the original founders of the guild or whatever. But ultimately, it's very awesome to know that Kirito and this guy know each other, and it brings me more under the suspicion of who is this guy, and do we know who he is from Sword Art Online Season 1. But ultimately, I'm about to watch the next episode. This episode was hype. Like I said, Kirito and Death Gun interaction already. The first match of BOB was sick, and we have 4 more matches at least to go. Sinon and Kirito have become rivals at this point, so it's kind of cool to see how they interact, and I want to see them two end up going off one-on-one with each other, since they're both really high-tier players. But ultimately, that's all I got for this episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it. I feel like this is the best episode so far in terms of excitement, in terms of hype. And in terms of what I have to look forward to in the next few episodes. But let me know what you guys thought. Also, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in about an hour for episode 6. Take care.